in the 5th century BCE, when this play was first performed, Athens was at the height of its political and military power, and it was a city that was associated with the intelligence of its people. So Thucydides, in the second book of his history of the Peloponnesian Wars, there's a famous speech by the Athenian statesman Pericles, and Pericles says that Athens should be seen as the education of all of Greece, the education to all of Greece, and often the allies of Athens in the Peloponnesian War, as Thucydides tells us, talk about the intelligence of the Athenians. And the other famous 5th century Greek historian, Herodotus, also associates Athenian culture with intelligence and cleverness as well. And we also know from Plato's dialogue, the Protagoras, written later, that there's a character, Hippias, in that dialogue, who says that Athens should be seen as the council chamber of all of Greece. And so Greece at this time, in the middle of the 5th century, was a place where all sorts of sophists, so, teachers who charged for their services, were pouring into Athens, rhapsodes, performing poets, and other sorts of artists coming into Athens. And it must have been a very exciting place to be at that time. And that's what's so interesting about the Oedipus play, Sophocles' play itself, because it's precisely about a guy who's trying to find out the reason why Thebes is beset by this plague. And Oedipus is characterized, or he characterizes himself in the play, as a healer or a doctor, a man who knows more than other people around him, who has authority over knowledge. And he also characterizes himself as a hunter, someone who's hunting down the truth. And we know in classical Greek culture that every elite young man, in order to transition into adulthood, from adolescence into becoming an adult man, he had to go on a hunt. He had to go into the wild and return back into civilization. So this association of Oedipus being associated with a doctor, a healer, and a huntsman, he sets himself up as someone who is wise, or sophos is the Greek word, as well as someone who's civilized and civilizing. But that's not really quite what happens in the play, is it?
No. But it is, you're absolutely right. And I think it's interesting that he characterizes himself in those terms, because the play is really intimately a play about the deconstruction of knowledge. And I think no other play from the 5th century theater has discovery and self-discovery at its core. I mean, if you think about one of the central moments of the play, it's a messenger scene. I mean, I should say also, very unusually, this play has more than one messenger scene. But in the middle of the play, a messenger comes in with the news that Oedipus' supposed parents in Corinth are dead. And gradually, and of course, I mean, if you think about a messenger in a Greek tragedy, they usually come in, usually towards the end of a play, when something's happened, something horrific, someone's died. But in this case, there is a news of death, but it is happily received, because Oedipus interprets this as, oh, the oracle was wrong, because my parents died a natural death. I was not involved in the killing of my parents. But what's interesting is, so that the normal messenger scene takes place at the end of the play. The messenger gives a whole long speech, usually before the chorus, and that's it. And they leave. But in this case, you have in the middle of the play, a messenger comes in, Oedipus is on stage, the chorus is on stage, Jocasta is on stage. So we're talking really, it's a full stage, if you see what I mean. You have all 3 actors. So every Greek tragedy would have involved at a maximum 3 actors. So all 3 actors would have been on stage. And instead of getting a normal messenger scene, you have a drawn out dialogue, or rather interrogation really, because Oedipus wants to find out what exactly happened. Of course, in the course of that wonderful scene, Jocasta starts finding out, or starts realizing that things are not quite right, when he starts mentioning that Oedipus was not the natural-born son of the king and queen of Corinth who have died. And the messenger basically reveals that he was given Oedipus by someone else. You have a brief correlode, and then you have a second messenger scene when they bring in basically this other shepherd to clarify matters. So again, at the core of the play, you have basically 2 messenger scenes in which gradually the truth about Oedipus is revealed, and involving sort of almost like full cast, all the cast on stage. So if you think about the play sort of from those terms, it really is is a play that is kind of emphasizing and accentuating the process of knowledge and self-discovery to a level that you don't see in other plays. So it really makes sense and coheres to everything that you've been saying about Athens being a major sort of cultural center that's attracting major intellectuals and sophists and people. And so it makes a lot of sense to have a play that is precisely about knowledge and about the interrogation of knowledge, which is really fascinating.